Gemini, Dark Dove Tarot here. Hope you're doing fantastic. This is your week ahead read. So this is for March 29th through April 3rd. So again, this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It is a general read, so keep that in mind. This could pertain to love, business, money, family. You get my point. So again, this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hopefully it resonates with the majority of you, but you do want to check your other signs. Some months, those may resonate with you more than others. Also, if you want a private read pertaining to your situation, the information is in the description below. So let's get started here for Gemini for the week ahead. And you have education, okay? And this talks about life is filled with lessons, so be teachable. So something maybe you need to learn, maybe you're going to be starting a new job, starting a new phase of a job. Maybe this is just saying, you know, be more open-minded this week towards things or people or whatever's coming your direction. Maybe have a little more acceptance than you normally would towards certain situations. So let's see what's, well, the first card out is the Death card, which is a beautiful card. This is not a physical death. This talks about changes, transformations, followed by the Ten of Swords. Changes, transformations, you know, rebirth of some sort. So you've had to cut somebody off or make some big changes or, you know, end something. Could be a relationship. It could be a job. Yeah, it's leaving something out in the cold. You know, I could say that this is your energy, but it feels very much like somebody else's. Again, the Death card is Scorpio's card, or sorry, the Death card is, yeah, Scorpio's card. I don't know why I second guessed myself there. It's Scorpio's card. So you may have Scorpio placements in your chart, or you may be dealing with a Scorpio, but the Death card says, whatever it is, big changes are coming. Don't be afraid to cut it off. The Ten of Swords is saying this is needed to be cut off for a long time. So whether this is a relationship or a job, there's a reason you need to say goodbye to this. The Six of Swords is talking about leaving a situation. Now, the King of Cups talks about communication. So maybe you're having a heart-to-heart with somebody and saying, look, this just isn't working for me. This just doesn't, you know, it's not, it doesn't feel right. It's not fulfilling either one of us, because this feels like it's even Steven. So whether it's love or work here, it's like you're both, the King of Cups is somebody who communicates, but without the emotions behind it. So you're not leading with emotions. They're not leading with emotions. It's almost like if you're married, you're sitting down and saying, look, this isn't working for either one of us. We both know this. We've been trying this for a long time. No hard feelings, you know, but it's not working. Or if it's a job, same thing. Like, hey, you know, I've, you know, this isn't working for me anymore. This isn't fulfilling for me anymore. You know, I found something else that's going to make the money. Now, I do feel like somebody's going to feel left in the cold or feeling a little helpless. So, and again, it could be your energy that's coming in. Maybe you're feeling a little like, oh shoot, what do I do now? But this really feels like somebody else's. So if you're leaving a job, they're surprised, or they're kind of like, oh crap, you know, I don't know how we're going to fill his or her position. I don't know how we're going to make this happen, because you were a viable asset here, Gemini. You were somebody that they were like, okay, we really relied upon. But this is you kind of saying, shit's just not working in my life and I need to make some changes. Could even have to do with, you know, health here, because the Ten of Swords often talks about health or illness or, you know, a sense of well-being. So maybe stress and all of that has finally gotten to you. And maybe you just said, shoot, you know, 20 years from now, you know, what's my health going to be like if I continue this situation, or I continue down this path, or I continue, you know, being unhappy or being stressed. So you're making big changes, big transformations. Some of you, somebody out there, they're talking about like blood pressure, or maybe you just got news that like, you know, you need to watch sugar intake, or something along the lines of, you know, like the stress is doing you in. It's not healthy for you at all. And you could say, well, duh, that's not good for anybody. But this is physically affecting somebody out there. And you've had to have some conversations and some heart-to-heart with yourself, with your family, even with, you know, doctors or work or whatnot. Now you have the Five of Wands here, which is chaos, priorities, and competition. So right now there's going to feel like a little bit of competition, but it comes down to education, educating yourself on What are the factors in your life that are affecting you the most, in a positive way and in a negative way? And how do I change this? And how do I overcome this? And how do I make this into a situation, betterment for everybody involved, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're single, whether it's, you have kids, fur babies, whatever is going on here. This is a betterment of everybody. And again, it feels as though this is you like learning things you didn't know before. Like, oh, I didn't know stress affected me like that. And not like you're Gemini, like you don't understand that stress isn't healthy, but maybe you didn't understand the impact that it's really, really happening. And so now you're understanding, like, you've been in this situation where you haven't prioritized yourself, or you haven't prioritized certain things that make you feel better. And there's competition out there waiting for you. There's another job out there waiting for you. There's another person out there waiting for you. However it pertains to your situation, there's something here that you really, that you can really thrive and survive. But the Six of Swords is saying you have to leave something behind. The Six of Swords is leaving and generally not looking back. So whether it's a job, whether it's, person, love life, the Six of Swords is, and even a lifestyle, maybe you were told to cut back on the booze, or maybe you were told, hey, again, maybe you've got this corporate job and it pulls you in 20 different directions. And finally somebody said, look, stop, focus on yourself, Gemini, focus on how you're feeling, focus how, what you need to do in order to feel better. Because right now it's as if, these big changes need to happen here, or else you're going to have worse and worse problems with the situation. The Six of Swords, like I said, is leaving a situation and going. Now, the Nine of Swords talks about anxiety, depression. It can talk about mental health. So, a lot of you may have started to notice that certain things are rubbing off on you worse than they used to. Or, again, there's something here, Gemini, this week with stress. However, it's not a bad thing, because it's almost like this is your chance. Like, this is your opportunity to make the changes necessary to feel better. And they're telling me it's almost immediate satisfaction, because you have this Nine of Swords, like, well, how am I going to do this? And I, this is financial stability, or how am I going to do this with this relationship? I've known this relationship for a long time, or I've known this person, or there's just a lot of, scariness, but it's built up in your head, again, going along with the stress aspect. And then the Seven of Pentacles is assessing a situation and then making some decisions on what parts of your life you need to change for the betterment of you. And this comes down to the betterment of you, Gemini. Yes, obviously some of you have kids to take care of, or fur babies, or family and friends and different people that you deal with. And so it's not that you're going to cut everybody out of your life, but you're going to be focusing on something that you've forgotten about for a while, which is you. All right, Gemini, I'll see you soon. Bye.